Hi, I'm Dr. Fedeli coming to you from the Balancing Center in Chicago. And today we're going to be speaking about asthma. Now, many people think that it's just a breathing problem, and they really often think that they're not getting enough air. And the truth about asthma is it's actually a phenomenon where the body has air and it can't let it go. So in an emergency, the typical response of the body is to go into an in-breath so that we get a lot of air to be able to respond to the emergency. And what we find at the Balancing Center with our approach with the NUCA upper cervical work and the integrative physiology work and the movement is that when the body is locked into an emergency, it's having trouble releasing the air. Now, there was the one really double-blind, placebo-driven, scientific proven study in chiropractic had to do with the way the upper cervical area with the NUCA technique controlled blood pressure. And blood pressure is controlled from the brainstem, as is breathing, digestion, elimination, urination, recreation, and procreation. When the system's out of balance, it locks into a response in order to handle gravity. Once it's handling gravity well, it locks that in as normal, and there's a response in the upper part of the back where the emergency nervous system lives that then starts to take over. And in an emergency, the body is told to kick up the blood pressure, take a big breath because we may need to run, and shut down elimination, urination, recreation, and procreation because it's not time to stop, have a sandwich, and make love if the tiger's chasing. So if gravity has become the tiger and your body doesn't know where the stress is, it just knows it's under stress, it can actually increase adrenaline, increase cortisol, which is our stress hormone, and interfere with brain chemistry. So asthma, one of the things we do here is we make sure the spine is balanced so that the resting part of the nervous system can take over. We actively release the parts that may be stuck in an on position. We update the mind and the body and the programming so that it refreshes itself to the current demand, not the middle of an asthma attack or the lack of ability to breathe. Teach people how to move and integrate this process back into their life so that they can help themselves in times of trouble as well. So, in a recapping, whenever the body's out of balance, it goes into defense physiology and locks. One of the things that you can do if you have a tendency toward heading toward asthma is avoid the tendency to take that big breath in, because that's just putting more breath in that's not getting out. Actually, if you breathe out, 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 and then breathe controlled, in 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4, hold. In 2, 3, 4, hold, out 2, 3, 4, hold. And your body will want you to go deeper because it wants that breath, it wants more air. But if you keep it to that limited scope, after a while you may be breathing a little bit faster, but don't take in more air, and eventually your body's going to have to open up to allow that breath in. So avoid the tendency to keep gasping for more air, blow the air out, keep it at a shallow, more controlled breathing on a cadence if possible, but keep it to the specific level, and eventually your body usually will release. Now, this is not a message to not use your inhalers if that's something that's going to be saving your life, but if you have the capacity to try to do this yourself, and if you can come on in and let's see if by being shift off balance, the body has to compensate and then it starts to collapse, and when it locks back in to hold itself up, that's where a lot of blood pressure problems, asthma problems, digestion problems, and other organic problems come in because now the body's locked in emergency mode. Please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel because we'll be continuing to put out great information on an ongoing basis, and we'd love to see you here for a consultation.